Greetings, friends, and welcome. It's great to see each and every one of you. Hope you are having a wonderful, great, spectacular day. Man, thank you, Barry the Music Man, for the super duper sticker with some vibes. We got lots of super chats to get to. We got lots of people to get to. It's so good to see you all. We've got, man, it's wild. The news is wild. Bonus time is going to be interesting. We've got SFX at 314 Sabertooth Raptor out there saying, is this an attempt for Wacky Wood to control Pandora's box? I don't know. Or is it something else? Culture Casino and gang will find out. Once Pandora's box is open, closing it is impossible. It's a true story. But the interesting part is Disney may be out of the box. We got another super duper chat here from Texas 8412 asking the question we all want answered. I want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you, SFX. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. And thank you for the generous super chat. Thank you, Texas84, for your generous super chat. CNN, Colbert to write the next Lord of the Rings movie after leaving Late Night. Lol, what? Yeah, I actually had the same response. This is a story broke about 5 hours ago. We're going to cover it in bonus time. Walter Tomaszewski's rebuilding his speakers. I cannot wait to take a look at them. I hope they got your crossovers installed last night. Cool bean. Yeah. Oh, you revamped. Wait a minute. I read that wrong. Revamped my card speakers crossover. Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say you're revamping your speakers. No, you're just revamping the crossovers. That's cool. And again, thank you for the super sticker, my friend. All right, we got more out there in store. I want to say thanks to all of you. Like I said, we got Snortopoopas Cuber in the house. We do have a bear story intact. We got a few other stories, 17 in all, plus a little bonus time, which we'll talk about some other stuff and things. Let's see. The lovely Jill is here. We've got our famous wrenches. Ms. Pitt Cafe is out there. We've got the Cat Slave. Good morning, Cat Slave. And Crazy White Boy. Along with Low Specs Linux Gaming. What's going on, Jeff? Corporeal Being. Good to see you. And look at all these people. The beautiful Deeple is out there in the world. Dr. Jill, as I said before. Of course, Juliet, we got a That Park Place coming up. Man, so much has gone so wrong lately. We're gonna have to take a look at it. It's gonna be pretty wild. You're gonna want to immediately head over to the That Park Place show. I don't think you're gonna want to miss today. Let's see who else is out there in the world. Georgia Peach is out there in the world. Good morning, all. Well, good morning to you. And let's see a few other folks before we get into it, like Lord Thoth. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you are well. It's good to see you around more regularly. Got to get those Canadians involved. Want to say a shout out and special thank you to our friend Teddy D for 20 Culture Casino memberships. You are just on a tear right now with the gifties. Man, they are much appreciated. And let me tell you, that's 20 more to the goal. We're getting there. Got to get to 1,000. Got to catch them all. It's like Pokeballs. All right, folks. Suit up. If I didn't say hi, it's only because I didn't have time. So on that note, the 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it, and we have to have a quick shout out and a thank you to our friend, the generous Tender Warrior, gifting 10 Culture Casino memberships. You guys are wild, you're wonderful, and look at 10 more names on the path to 1,000 members. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey moving into season 15. I wonder if they vetted any of these people. ABC's got problems with the crazy Frankie lady, and we'll have to see how that goes. But this is going to be interesting. It's going to be at Bravo Network, and Teresa Goodis, Melissa Gorga, and Dolores Catania, I think. Anyway, I don't know. I never got into these shows. Ladies like them. I don't know. I'm not a unscripted guy. But the only thing I enjoyed from that was Survivor, for obvious reasons. Harry Potter, the first look, is out. If you want to see what Quidditch looks like, you can take a look at it. It's been revealed what the wizarding world of Hogwarts is going to be, well, focused on. I'm kind of worried. You can take a look at the series. It's finally been unveiled. It's out there in the world. Here's a little bit of it right there. There's higher quality images of this all over the internet. You can check it out for yourself if you so choose. We got more coming to us, more in store. As Disney exits the gigantic $1 billion deal for OpenAI because Sora is shutting down. R.I.P. Sora. That's what the thumbnail was about today. Tubi's got two more scripted originals aimed at Gen Z, setting a Apple Formula One team up. There's a lot of good things coming out of Tubi. No wonder they're a fastest growing streaming service. We got John Barenthal's The Punisher TV special titled One Last Kill. That'll be releasing the week after Daredevil Born Again's Season 2 finale. Born Again. That'll be interesting. We got Meghan Markle and Prince Harry developing a polo-scripted drama at Netflix for some reason, probably to fulfill the obligations of closing out their contracts. We've got A Tale of Two Cities first look. If you're interested, Kit Harington is going to be featured in this BBC TV adaptation done by MGM+. Is anybody interested in that? I didn't think so. We got 3 minutes to get through the next several stories, and Vince Vaughn is the chief among them. Criticizing late night TV for having a political agenda, he said it stopped being funny and started feeling like I was in class. And if you've been to a modern college recently, they try to pound you with all this propagandistic, socialistic, Marxist stuff that you just have to absorb and regurgitate back at them to get passing grades. What a waste of money education is these days. Tennessee police are not even going to bother to criminally charge Mr. Richson because, well, he was harassed twice and physically confronted, saying he acted in self-defense. Okay. This is why I didn't react to this initially. A lot of people did. A lot of people have a veil on their face. I didn't. It wasn't enough information. As much as I disagree with this guy's politics, think he's a stupid tool bag, I'm going to say... he got confronted in a way that maybe the police should have interdicted him, not the neighbor. We've got a New Mexico jury saying for sure that Meta harms children's mental health and safety, violating state law. This is the first one of these cases to go to a jury, and guess what? Not looking good for Meta. I wonder what the penalty will be. We got Epic Games out there laying off more than 1,000 because Fortnite's slowing down. And so is a lot of the other things that we consider entertainment spending. A lot of people aren't doing that much anymore. We've got a story coming to us from Amazon. They're buying Fauna Robotics to basically acquire the Sprout humanoid robot, which they want to put their own version of AI in. They're trying to copy Elon as fast as they can. Bahrain's UN proposal calling for all necessary means to open the Strait of Hormuz faces some opposition. I have no interest in what the UN thinks, and I don't think anybody in America cares anymore. We do have the longest line right now at the Phillies airport. It's not security anymore. It seems when ICE showed up, all the airports all of a sudden cleared their lines. Instead, you're going to wait in line for cheesesteaks at security. Amazing stuff. Amazing neat. We got a judge questioning the Pentagon's motives for labeling Anthropic as a security threat in battle over AI. Well, it is. And the fact that it cannot be used, despite the contracts that they had with the government, for any military purposes seems to have been, well, a threat. And it kind of is. There's a lot going on behind the scenes with Anthropic, in particular Claude, and because of its ability to program other things, there's some concern there, some major concern, which also includes imported routers. That's right, because they're worried that China will have direct access to everything, the IoT stuff in your house. That's the Internet of Things. And finally, today's bear story in the last 30 seconds, because bears could soon return to the Appalachian Bear Rescue. And there you go, right there. Looking around what the rescue looks like. They are ready to take on new cubs once again, with everything rebuilt. And, of course, this is like the Take Care of Bear Zoo. This is the Care Bears, the Care for Bears. We get the Care Bear stare. And there's the reporter covering this story. This nice lady spends a little time explaining what's going on there and the work that was done. So you can check that out at the 10 News site, WBIR.com. WBear.com. I'm not kidding. Go check this out. Thanks for covering this wonderful news, people. All right, on that note, we got to jump into boneless time. Seriously. I can't believe this story. Again, this story dropped 5 hours ago. Bonus time is going to be interesting, let's say, or at least to say the least. Look at all the people on the green machine. Caveat ties. Look at all these wonderful humans. Good to see you all. We got a wonderful group of folks on the tube side of things. We got 192 people watching live. You guys, glad you're here. Let's take a look at the Colbert story, which, again, wildest thing I may have ever seen. Pretty crazy. So Stephen Colbert is to write the next Lord of the Rings movie after leaving Late Night. This has to be a joke. CNN's trolling us. Look at this guy. He is the most Rachel Maddow looking dimwit I think I've ever seen, aside from the actual Rachel Maddow. Anyway, he's already has a new job lined up for when he leaves his 11-year run as show host of The Late Show. In May, the comedian will then go on to write the next film and be part of the Lord of the Rings franchise. That's right. Yeah, he's a well-known Tolkien superfan. Not if he likes Rings of Power. Anyway, he will co-write and develop a new film in the blockbuster Lord of the Rings franchise. He's going to be joined by director Peter Jackson to reveal news in a video announcement. I can't believe this is real. I also can't believe the generosity of the phenomenally insane and just absolute wild support from our friend Teddy D. Thank you, buddy. 20 more Culture Casino memberships. You guys are losing your ever-loving minds, and I appreciate it so very much. Oh, you guys are so great. Yeah. And today we're going to cover everything that went bad at Disney. Over on the That Park Place show. You're not going to want to miss it. And then I'm going to spend a little bit of time, hopefully, with my friend Vash over on his new channel live today. So there's nothing but nonstop fun. Is it a hobbit or a troll? Well, I think Stephen Colbert's, I think he's got to be trolling us. And he says this in the quotes. Ready? I'm pretty happy about it. You know what the books mean to me and what your films mean to me, the Late Night host told Jackson, who led the Oscar-winning team behind nearly $6 billion Lord of the Rings franchise and The Hobbit, which I thought was disgusting. They split that into multiple films. Regardless, it'll be the second of two new upcoming films in the fantasy franchise in production at Warner Brothers Discovery, the parent company of CNN, with New Line Cinema. Warner Brothers shared the video announcement on its social media. The film is tentatively titled Shadow of the Past, according to Deadline. Jackson also gave audiences an update on the next Lord of the Rings film due to be released in 2027, The Hunt for Gollum, which is odd, and that's directed by and starring the franchise alum Andy Serkis, who I think is quite brilliant when it comes to that kind of thing. Now, Colbert said the next installment will be based on parts of Tolkien's The Fellowship of the Ring book that didn't make it into the original movies. Now, there's a reason book adaptations are different than the original films, but like I said, I'm just going to want this to be, I feel like something needs to come up and get in his way of doing this. And he said, the thing I found myself reading over and over again were the 6 chapters early on in the Fellowship of the Ring that y'all never developed into the first movie back in the day. And I thought, oh, wait, maybe that could be its own story that could fit into the larger story. Fascinating. Colbert said that he discussed the idea with his son, screenwriter Peter McGee. Well, there you go. That's his son. And they're going to work out the framing of the story. It took me a few years to scrape my courage into a pile and give you a call about 2 years ago. I did, and you liked it enough to talk to me about it. Colbert said, this is, I guess, he during his gig here, McGee and Jackson have been working alongside screenwriter Philippa Boyens, I would say, on the development of the story. I could not be happier to say that they loved it, and so that's what we're going to be working on. Well, at least he's got a job, and he won't be telling terrible jokes and spilling dumb politics at all of us. Boy, if they politicized Lord of the Rings any more than Amazon did with the whatever the bologna sausage they put together, that will be anger inducing. So I guess he's been a fan forever, and he definitely, he moderated a Hobbit panel in full costume in Comic Con in 2014. That's how long ago this was. Well, it is what it is. I just thought it was an interesting story. I can't believe it's real. And I can't believe things aren't butter all the time. All the time. We got one more story I want to get to today. And again, things are not going well for Disney. This may add to the stack of that conversation. So, let me check, make sure there's nothing out there that I missed. Let's look. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. We're gonna see if anybody's celebrating. Celebrate. Avarice Carmageddon is out there. Celebs making people. Oh, celebs making people not be fans. No money for them. No, that's for sure. I don't like the idea, but I just was surprised by it. I couldn't believe it was a real story. You guys inspire me to cover crazy stuff, but that came out 5 hours ago, and I was like, wild. That's just absolutely wild. Let's take a look, sweep through anything I missed. Anything I missed, other than the incredible gift run by Teddy D, by Tender Warrior 68, and by Teddy D. You guys are lunatics. I love you so much. That's 50, guys. That's 50 in total gifties this morning. Man. Oh, you know what? Did Ruby Hoove say she was going to be gone for a little while? I don't know. We'll have to see. I just worry about when I don't see certain people that are always here, I get worried. You didn't miss anything at the moment. Thank you, Ms. Pick Cafe. But I didn't get a chance to talk about this one. Have a great day, Culture, says Jedi Master. Jedi Master's channel is growing like a weed. Doing the great work. I appreciate everything you're doing, my friend. I really do. Robert James says, "Yeah, missed my super yesterday. Is today the day?" Well, I wish I could say yes. Robert James has been here for a while. He's brilliant, by the way. If you haven't seen On Tubi for free 15 days, you should watch it. It really is a fun commentary on and independently shot and produced. It's a fun commentary on what happened to us all during the global crisis, right? So thank you for that. And he sent me another movie I'm also going to review. You guys are doing amazing stuff. I can't say enough about it. I'm kind of looking forward to it. You guys are, it's insane. It's insane. Do you believe season 3 Rings of Chowder will ever air? Cat Slave, I have no idea. But this is the story I got to talk about. Look, a lot of companies, businesses are having bad days, and they tried to lock in support for some very poor decisions and still guarantee that despite those poor decisions, they were going to make money. And politicians do this all the time. We've seen this happen here in this country more than a few times. So let's just be honest about it. There's bad decisions, and then there's bad decisions. And sometimes you sign a contract that you want to go back and revisit sooner rather than later because you found some disadvantageous things coming up in the future. And you're trying to lock things in as maybe your popularity is disappearing. Disney has seen this, and, apparently football has too. We're going to take a look at this story. I'm going to see if we can rework it in a way that'll make it easier to look at. There we go. Yeah. And this story, let's see. Clearly, this is framed in too tight with the crop. There we go. All right. That's that. So, yeah, is Goodell overplaying his hand? Let's read this. This is from our friends over at Puck. media. The NFL wants more money from its broadcasts and streaming partners and hasn't been shy about its desire to rip up its current and still very young contract signed not that many years ago on the media side. There are quiet but growing questions about whether the league's ask is too high. I would say it is because they've diminished the value of their product, at least in my opinion. Maybe yours is different, but this is written by John I can't say this name, so you can read it. As regular viewers of and sports fans, members of the professional media class, et cetera, et cetera. Let me roll this over so you can read it. Let's see. And the guys in legal are now abundantly aware the NFL is currently in the midst of an upscale shakedown, an attempt to negotiate or renegotiate its media rights with existing partners ahead of the scheduled and at a premium, well ahead of schedule and at a premium, that could reach 80%, 90%. Nevertheless, the league is scheduled and at a premium. Okay, I said that already. Nevertheless, the league is likely going to get what it wants. It's the juggernaut of American sports broadcasting and perhaps the last possible defibrillator of linear TV. And its leadership feels understandably devalued following a rash of frothy deals among lesser competitors such as the NBA and the UFC, which reset the market for sports rights. Well, yeah, but they were for considerable contracts and they were also for future rights. Both of those deals involve a wider, broader conversation and really did change the landscape of cable television and its coverage of the NBA to start with. UFC went back into private mode under a different masthead. And, I mean, let's just be fair. The value for UFC is substantial, and it keeps them away from the pay-per-views. So anyway, Roger Goodell has already telegraphed his moves. The league's first stop on the renegotiations roadshow will be longtime partner CBS. They're going to try and take advantage of them for their half of the daily, or I should say half of the Sunday broadcasts, which they control. It's owned by the magnificent Ellison clan, and before wending his way to Fox, where, et cetera, David Ellison's acquisition of Paramount that summer changed or triggered a change of control clause that allowed the NFL to reopen that CBS deal immediately. The NFL is looking to boost CBS's annual fee from about $2.1 billion to $3 billion. This shakedown's dangerous. Of course, the fact that the TV business is falling off faster in every category that is not live sports provides a compelling argument. The reason to do a media rights renewal is because the concept of losing the NFL in 2030 is devastating to their valuation, or at least that's the way it's perceived right now. I think that's true. We got a right in the middle here. We got a Robert James sending me another follow up here. I got to find it. There it is. Garden Channel recreate potato farm from The Martian. Oh, I'd love to do that. But I'm actually going to show you. That's actually the first project. Is I'm elevating my potato beds from ground level up higher. They're already a raised bed, but I'm going to elevate them so they're like on legs, maybe even mobile. I don't know about that part yet. But if I do go mobile, there's a good reason so I can roll them around to where they get the best possible advantage of sun to shade ratio. But we're going to go through the whole process, and that's going to be part of the new series of videos that'll be coming out over there. So you got a heads up. Good job on the $2 super chat, friend. All right. So let's see. So yeah, they're trying to get the So, can networks afford to take the risk of losing it in 2030 versus the option purchase, which could close the deal to 8 billion? We have no idea what's going to happen in the media marketplace between now and then. A 2030 contract expiration is still far away. Look, if I'm there, I would be like, you can try and renegotiate, but why would I pay more for something I have locked in? It's one of the reasons I bought this thing. And I think that's an interesting conversation. Regardless, you are going to see renegotiation on the table for contracts like these because all they have to work from and to work on is live events. That's all they got anymore, which is crazy. I need to coughing on. Oh, by the way, unboxing on Friday, I got a couple of packages from the PO box. It looks like they are Amazon packages. So people are sending me more and more things. I appreciate it. But anyway, it's good to see everybody in the chat. And Blake Pace is out there saying, "Thank you, wrenches, for making me feel so welcome. Gotta go now, but I had to say thanks." Aren't they the best? We have the best wrenches in the business. We really did. And I don't think I'm going to do the potatoes formulation, my friend, but I will show you how I do plant. I'm gonna actually plant all 3 boxes. I'm gonna rebuild them all. I'm only gonna show you how I rebuild one, and then after I get them rebuilt, I'm gonna fill them up with some fresh nutrient base and stuff like that. I'm gonna show you what it looks like, and I'm going to show you planting the purple potatoes, the red potatoes, and the Yukon Golds. Those are the 3 that I do and do regularly. It seems like I'm getting right in front of the second season that we can grow where I'm at. And once we do, they seem to grow like weeds, especially if you balance their watering properly. So you're going to learn a lot of the tricks that I'm going to be employing as I remodel the greenhouse right in front of your eyes. I love it. And then, unfortunately, I've got to control who lives in this house after I leave because there'll be a lot of time invested here. But anyway, the NFL is not going to be alone on these renegotiations, and I think we may have a problem, Houston. We'll see. Let's see. The chat box is on the screen. Thank you all for being here. You guys make a huge difference. I appreciate each and every one of you. In fact, you know what? A gentle thanks to all of you. A simple thanks to everybody who contributed today.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So thanks.
And that shout out goes to Teddy D, and Tender Warrior, and everybody else out there who's contributed to the show. I think you guys are amazing. You really are supporting me at a time when channel revenue is down across the board for every creator. So it's pretty wild. It's another reason why. It's another reason why you're seeing video release schedules shift on channels and things like that. I think we're coming to grips with the fact that we are competing with AI slop, although less of it, because as I mentioned before, OpenAI is shutting down Sora, which means Disney's billion-dollar investment gone. Disney saves $1 billion, which I would say good for Disney. At the same time, that leaves them out in the cold looking for another AI partner. Believe it or not. That was one of the reasons that deal was made. It wasn't just for the likenesses to be used. So, D. Bud Martin's in the house, one of our long-time wrenches. Got to push the new channel, and I appreciate it. If you guys don't know, I will be hopefully releasing a video late in the week. I'm getting great news from other people in our little group, our little cadre, our fellowship of humans here about positive things in their lives. And I will just tell you, I feel as healthy as ever now. So I recovered pretty well from what was a near no more CultureCasino event. So it was pretty wild. And someday I'll go through it all again, including the funny part where apparently I was throwing around police and EMTs, like just tossing them because I was out of my mind, kids. out of my mind. No wonder they thought I was on something. I'm like, I barely take Tylenol or aspirin or anything. It was pretty funny. We got Mags London in the house. Great to see you. The lovely people. That's right. Hail to you all. So many great people out there. Teddy D. Good day, everyone. May you enjoy your day, afternoon, and evening. Well, I hope you all do. Look, our next spot that we're going doesn't go live for another 45 minutes. I'm going to have to get out of here pretty soon, though, because I need to make my break fast because I'm not going to have any time between now and, let's say, 1 o'clock my time because I'll be on shows. So we're going to have to cut this off a little earlier than I normally would for a bonus time, but I'm going to try to find out what's going on. Disney finds new ways to burn money. Yeah. Yeah. And you have to consider, they're part of the football conversation too. What do you think those rights are for ESPN to control the Sunday night game or the Monday night or any of the games that they have? Who has Sunday nights now? I don't even remember. See, football night in America was NBC, right? I don't know. It's got to be Monday football. So for some reason, here's the problem, guys. I haven't watched professional football other than this year's clips from the halftime show. I haven't watched professional football now since 2019. Maybe it was sooner than that. I quit, but I canceled my massive satellite package. I had every sport and sporting event I paid extra for every single month. This room alone, before it became the library, that's how long ago this was essentially like an in-house sports bar with, I think at one time we had like 11 TVs set up in here. Wild stuff. And of course I had, all the bar service and everything else and a good selection of wines and things, but yeah. Not like that anymore. Culture smash. It's funny as it sounds, and again, that's why that superhero advertisement Pro put together still is so touching to me. I really do wish we had camera footage of it. I really do, because it was wild, and apparently it did not chill. I had no chill until they had me in the ambulance, which is insane. And they'd basically tied me down. So that's how out of control I was, kids. It's not good. All right, Catslave just bookmarked that garden place. Thank you for that. If you subscribe over there, you're going to know the minute I release these videos. And again, I'm going to be spending a little bit of time out in the garden again today, tomorrow, and Friday, which means we're probably looking at the first video on Saturday. So there's that. Barry the Music Man drops another super duper sticker. Dizzy face. There you go. All right. What else is happening? Fat Elvis says, stay groovy. That's right. So look, do me a favor, guys. If you haven't checked out, if you pre-subscribe, it makes it easier to build the audience over there. I think you'll have fun. Doesn't YouTube TV have it with NFL Sunday Ticket? Maybe they do, actually. And this is the problem, Jared. I don't follow it anymore. I really don't. Mags! There you go. Good to see you, Penny. Look at all these great people we have out there. JPRPH1, howdy, folks. Hold on to your hats and glasses, because this here is the wildest ride in the wilderness. There you go. Commander Ed Straker is Shadow. No, it's Cuddles Casino Smash. Man, that was back in the early days when I was just streaming with all the people, just having a good time because we were all just kind of having fun, talking about things around us regularly. Bruce Newhouse says, for $1.99, did you have to pay extra to be tied down? I think they did it because I was pretty wild. The funny thing is that before or as we left the driveway of the house, I came to my senses and could not understand for the life of me why I was strapped down on a gurney. And and they'd already run an IV and all kinds of stuff. They did an excellent job, by the way, for somebody who was certainly out of control of getting all the initial hoses installed in me. So they did a phenomenal job. And believe it or not, the ridiculous expense of that ambulance and EMT intervention was the least costly part of my visit to the hospital for a week or whatever it was. So there's that. Hey, John, what's going on? John's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Caledon 910 is here, your favorite radio station. Look at all you great people. Culture wakes up in ambulance. This is the strangest dream, but I like where this is going. Godzilla, are you crazy, man? No, that was the weirdest morning, guys. It didn't make any sense. I just got done doing the 6-minute daily. I think I did something else. I was setting up the political show. And then the political show sat open for days. Never executed. It was wild. Nutty stuff. All right, well, we're going to get out of here, guys. Like I said, I got to break my fast, which means I've got to get my avocado sliced and diced, and I've got to get my eggs made. I got 4 eggs this morning to start the day. So I just want you to know I love and appreciate you all. Thank you for all the support over the years. Even those of you that don't like me and say negative things in the comments, which I think is fun. Anyway, be sure, all of you, to take care of yourself, take care of others. And until next time, let's have Wilton throw me off a building. See ya.
Why, hello there, random citizen.
Oh, hey there, little buddy. How's it going?
Have you subscribed to CultureCasino yet?
Well, no.
Friggin'
Oh!
These guys, I tell ya.
Oh!
Dang it, I missed. Why won't these guys just subscribe already?
That hurt.